That has happened. Wow.
Bienvenidos.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. How about you?
I'm great. I've been setting all this up, and now I'm barely feeling it.
What you're doing? What you're actually
Yeah.
setting it up for?
And
So
I'm
you've
nervous.
been going on 3 months now with us in this group, and now you get to sit in the hot seat, my friend.
That's right. I'm thinking you should fire Isaac.
I don't know. He was here last week.
Yeah, that's a big point.
I'm the one behind this.
He's-
Maybe we should fire you.
Just switch sides. How
Yeah.
about that? Okay.
By the way,
I'll be the new face.
How is Alicia doing?
She's doing great.
Yeah?
She's doing nice. Yeah.
All right.
She's feeling. I don't know. I guess there's like a virus going on.
Yeah, at least once or a few.
Yeah. But yeah, everything's great.
She's getting better.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's
Thanks for
fine.
joining me. We're going to jump straight into this episode. Let's get it started. Isaac, take it away. All right. Welcome back. This is the Move It podcast with me, Jared Uraine, at the 5 Diamond Group here at Vice Realty. This is episode 11, and I got my buddy Lex Guerrero here from the 5 Diamond Group joining us, 5 Diamond Media Group, joining me for this episode. In today's outline, you can expect we're going to talk a little bit about mental health and the value of music. Got a quick market update for you, as well as our special guest, being able to dive into a little bit of his history and really to understand what the 5 Diamond Media Group is all about. So let's get started. When it comes to music, anybody who knows me personally understands the value that music has brought to my life and how it's shaped me in being able to become the kind of person that I am, both good and bad, as they say. But even the bad parts, or even the challenging parts that I've had to endure, have always had positive growth, positive elements that I've been able to grow from. Music has a number of benefits, especially for those who have mental health conditions. But things that we may not be aware of today are things that we should really be aware of for our society. For example, there are some conditions that people are that have experiences with, as well as certain elements that prevent people from actually hearing music. Music anhedonia is a condition where a person doesn't even experience pleasure from music. Now, just imagine being able to put on those headphones, walking into a club, and all you hear is noise. That's the similar response some people with music anhedonia have in being able to understand music and its effect on melodies and rhythm internally. What about amusia, where a person has difficulty recognizing or even producing musical structure in any form? They have challenges identifying notes, the different frequencies, the chords, or even rhythms. It just prevents them from being able to put those elements together. In my mind, I hear a mathematical calculation or space in between different segments. And apparently, folks with amusia don't have that element or that capacity somewhere in there. And then you've got tone deafness, which is a type of amusia where a person has a difficulty recognizing or producing pitch. If you're speaking really high or speaking really low, to them, it doesn't make a difference. It's just noise. But people with tone deafness have difficulty in being able to just carry a tune or following a melody. Another condition, while it's not a deficiency, it's an actual condition, synesthesia, is a neurological experience where when someone hears music, the sensory or cognitive pathways lead to involuntary experiences. Now, this is really fascinating, all right? You know that feeling you get when you put on a song that's just bumping, that you just love, like turn it up, I want to feel it. Well, people with synesthesia have an involuntary experience where they might see colors, they might taste certain foods. They might even have a certain picture or image that just pops in their mind every single time they hear that. And that's involuntary, meaning we can craft some of our experiences. This is beyond their control. The exact cause of synesthesia is just not understood, but it's thought to be a combination of genetic and environmental factors, sometimes being inherited. Most people that might have this condition in the family will probably pass it on to their kids. And it's quite possible it might be the result of certain chemicals, drug histories, or head injuries, which then takes us down the path of mental health. And how does that help or prevent people's development in certain cases? Well, anybody who's known about musical development and its value in the growth of people understands. Anybody who likes music understands its positive effect on our lives, man. Just go down to South America and just hit any salsa club that you want, or walk into any club in LA or New York, and you can just feel the vibe, the sensation of that musical frequency impacting your body, and the force that it brings. It is an experience that needs to be had, and it can be done and used in a positive way. Classical music has been used to help develop people's mindset, as well as being able to help folks focus and concentrate when it comes to math. Auditory and visual experiences help retain information, help develop. We can reduce our stress and anxiety. We can improve our mood. That's why there's different playlists and different settings for folks to be able to, focus in a jazz setting or in a classical music setting. You can improve your cognitive function. We can even reduce pain. When it comes to music, it's an overall tool to help our mental health and development. So if you find yourself in a position where you're struggling, you're down, you're not feeling your full self, grab a pair of headphones. For me, the gift my buddy bought me, Isaac, are my Sonys, and they have this noise canceling feature that just gets you in the zone. It really is an amazing moment to be able to put those things on and zone out and just get into a headspace that helps you build your mood and your confidence in that moment. The opposite can absolutely be true. If you need to calm down and relax, being able to zone out, same thing. You can get yourself into a space of just enjoying that music and allowing it to bring peace and calm you down. If you go to any sort of religious services, in our case, our meetings, we go and we sing at least 2 to 3 times throughout the meeting event. And that experience of singing, some people find uncomfortable, but it is designed to be able to help us get into the mood, be able to move our blood, get those vocal cords going, sing from the top of your lungs, because that is your moment to stretch, your moment to be able to widen out, but also be able to give praise in that moment. The benefits of music are absolutely clear. There is no excuse as to the value of music and how it can help our mental health. And so if you feel that music is good for you, embrace it as a part of your life. Listen to it regularly, but use the music that is beneficial to you, because there are elements that can promote a negative or a violent mindset. And while some can use music like metal music in the same context as classical music, there are some similarities to that. The messaging behind it has had an obvious impact in our community. And I am someone who believes that the music that has been developed over the last 20 years has helped degrade and contributed to the degradation of our society today. That's my opinion. The evidence is in the books. When it comes to music and mental health, that's my subject for today. Next week, we're going to talk a little bit about mental health in the workplace and its value there. And I may or may not have a special guest that's already in our house. That does it for my part on the Move It podcast here. My name is Jared. This part was sponsored by the 5 Diamond Real Estate Group. When it comes to buying or selling, the consultation is the most important element. Make sure you reach out to the 5diamondgroup.vegas to schedule your appointment or answer any questions you might have today. Isaac, take it away as we move into the market update. In today's market update, our median home price for Las Vegas real estate today is at $430,000. That is $5,000 north of what it stayed in over the previous 4 months. And that is an indicator that we have more than likely bottomed out from the drop that was expected over the course of 2022. The question remains is, are we done dropping? Has the Fed stopped raising rates? Is there any more room to drop? I'm going to expound further on that in our next episode of Real Estate and the Economy with Miguel Francis for further details. But to answer your question, based on all the evidence today, we have an increase of our home values, and we expect additional increase based on current activity today. Stay tuned for more information on that in the next episode. That does it for the market update, Mike. There. Isaac, take it away. Yeah, special guest. Yeah, sponsor.
Hello.
Welcome back, my friend. Lex Guerrero. Guerrero. Ayúdame en mi trills. Rar, rar. My son is, I can't get him to do those trills. He goes, "Arr," and I'm like, no, it's "Arr." He's
It's
like,
hard.
"Arr."
I didn't understand that, but it's hard apparently. Like my full name is Lex Adrian Guerrero Rodriguez.
Holy mackerel. That's like an exercise.
Yeah, it's.
Say it
it's
again.
Lex Adrian Guerrero Rodriguez.
I'm going to use that as my exercise.
Yeah.
Arr. That is called a trill.
That's
A trill. Yes.
roll your R's.
Roll your R's. And it's a fun element to practice, especially with vocal coaching. Lex, you are now a part of our Five Diamond Media Group.
I heard.
Yeah.
Excited.
Welcome aboard, my friend. You've been with
Thank
us for
you.
3 months now. We've been having a good time with videos, with photos, photo shoots.
And when we have time, we work.
Somewhere in there.
Actually, no, wife. We're working all the time.
Right. Yes, yeah, right. We're working all the time.
Gabby,
Tell me.
Alicia.
So tell me, man, what first of all inspired you to become a photographer?
So I always wanted to be a photographer. That's something that really interests me since I was a kid. Why? Because my granddad, he used to be a photographer. Not professionally, but he was always the guy with the camera. You know, back then in the 70s with like no smartphones, no nothing. So he had like his film camera, and he was the annoying dad, the annoying uncle, like, get together, take a photo, yeah. And my mom, my uncles were like, okay. So that was, and I always was interested in that. So, and I look up to my granddad. I didn't get to meet him. He died like a couple years before I was born, but I know him a lot, and this is another reason. There's a photo of him on my grandmom's home. So I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And hearing a lot about him and just seeing that photo makes me feel like I know him already. So that's really powerful. And that's what also moved me, again, to take photos. Plus, my uncle, he also liked photography as well. And that's one of my closest uncles. So he always liked it, and that's something now we share. Now, I'm from Ecuador. That's a third world country, and you don't really survive. Like, it's not like a lucrative job to be a photographer or a videographer back there. So it never crossed my mind to actually be a photographer. Plus, it's expensive to own a camera.
Right.
Like, to have the means to buy a camera is expensive. So all those things makes me just like, maybe as a hobby someday. And then fast forward, that was when I was like a teenager, when I was like 15, 16. And then I moved here. And then my dad actually told me, hey, why don't you buy a camera? Just for fun. Hey, maybe you can make some extra money. So like, okay, I'll do it. And I got a camera. I saved some money, and I got a camera. And I started taking photos. So the three guys that are really important in my life, this is my granddad, my uncle, and my dad. Those three guys moved me to move it. They move it to make me take photos. So that's really important for me. I'm not really family-driven guy. I'm like too really annoying with that. So everything has to have a meaning.
Sure.
So that's why I started taking photos. And actually, like my granddad, that's camera. I have the honor to have it. When I got married, my grandmom, La Beba, and she gave me that camera, and that's like one of the most precious things that I have.
That's awesome,
other
man.
than my wife.
You talk about a moment, the picture of your uncle that you didn't get to meet,
And my granddad.
and your granddad, and the value of being able to have that image. We live in a world now. I mean, we take it for granted today, right? But I mean, you think we are barely 150 years into being able to capture memories and then share them with our generations. Anybody who lived previous to that for thousands of years, it was just passing on vocal stories, man, having conversations and descriptions that people would give them. But now we can actually hold this evidence in hand and
Having a
see
face,
that, right?
It's really powerful.
Right.
Yeah, and that's actually why I also do weddings, and I focus a lot on weddings
Yeah.
because I get to do that. Because I seen my grandparents. I have uncles that they have their photos on their walls on their home for years, and I do strongly believe that when you hire a photographer, a videographer, it's not just for the moment; it's a legacy. That's why you're passing along to your grandkids, to generations. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but at least you have that. At least you're sharing your story and you're capturing your story, and that's not going to get lost because now you have a physical thing.
You hit on a keyword, man. It's especially a milestone moment like a wedding. You're leaving the legacy behind. If you've taken the moment to make this event of unioning two people together, you want to capture that and making it meaningful for someone else. Like that, to me, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and like nowadays, like with the industry, that people want to like just make the weddings like, wow, that's not really what a wedding is. And like for me, and that's why I focus on really, and the weddings that are more like homey and family driven. And it's because it's hard to have a party with all of your relatives. So usually weddings, that's the only event
that you can actually do that.
Everybody's there and everybody's happy for you.
Yeah.
And like every wedding there's problems. There's something happening, but no one is mad. No one is like, even if there's been problems between the family, between friends, and before that, they try to make it up for the wedding.
Aside, yeah.
So that's cool. And me being part of a wedding and me being part of not only when I get hired, but also when I'm invited to weddings, it's amazing. Like I never being in a wedding that kind of had a bad time. No, it's just fun, and being able to share that and capture that, it's really special.
That's amazing, man. So you're quite successful in doing weddings as your own personal business, and now we're going to venture off into videography. But you talked about being from Ecuador and kind of like the environment that came in. What are some of the challenges that you had to overcome from your youth or getting into the business? Like, what were some of those hurdles that you had to deal with?
English, the language is one.
Small technicality.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard, but more than English, like the culture, the way I am. We Ecuadorians, we tend to be loud, we tend to always be messing around, and like it's hard to take me seriously sometimes, and I'm always like making jokes out of in really awkward or serious times, and sometimes
That's what makes it fun, my friend.
for some people,
people.
and for some situations. So that's been a big thing that I had to kind of meet in the middle, like don't lose my personality, but understand that I'm in a different culture with different people and respect and understand that.
Nice.
So that's something that I'm still struggling, and I'm still like trying to. And it's just like we're just different, like, and it's beautiful. I love like learning about new cultures. I found that amazing. But actually living with people and interacting with different cultures, it's just sometimes tough because it's just different. One word I think it means something, it might mean something else, and it's just sometimes there's problems there. But that has been one Yeah, I think that's what I've struggled the most. And the English, it's kind of in there because I speak more. Not only I speak more Spanish, but we speak fast.
Yeah.
We speak
Yeah.
right. So my mind, it's always like going.
Yeah.
And then, but my brain and my mouth not connected sometimes. So sometimes I just talk and then I think, or then so
That's what I enjoy about having you on board is like I know you whenever you put something out there, sometimes you put it out there and it's just hilarious when it comes out because you just don't expect it, at least from our experience, and I dig it. So I see it as you bring some comedic relief to the group, which is fun. So keep it going. I know that you've had many moments. You've got a lot of competition probably in your space. What would you say would be the one thing that differentiates you from most photographers, videographers? That's, a dime a dozen here in Vegas.
Well, that I am me, just me, and I'm trying to be like the brand Lex Guerrero. I want it to be me. I want to be different. I don't want to be better. I don't think I'm the worst either. I just want to be different. I just want to approach like the way I approach my business on my way. And then the rest of the photographers and videographers, sadly, people see me as competition. Me, I strongly believe in community over competition.
Beautiful.
We need to get together as photographers, as videographers, as artists. Get together and just build the industry with that. So stop having that mentality like I need to have all the weddings,
Right.
I need to shoot everything, I need to be the only one. No, we all help each other, and everybody's getting married. At least in this city, there's like hundreds of people getting married in one day. So there's work for everybody.
So this is an open invitation to photographers, videographers to collaborate with Lex Guerrero.
Yeah, let's be friends. No, we don't have to collaborate. Just invite me a coffee.
Dame coffee. Give me some coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you make a great point because your brand, your style, you is all about you, and that's really at the end of the day how you build your business with those relationships. And it may not be for everybody. That's why you have a variety to pick from. So that's the beauty of community.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like if there's very different type of couples personalities. Some personalities, like their couple personality, might not go well with mine, but with my friend Ray, my friend Allison. So go with her, shoot with her.
Yeah.
I will. It's just great. Like when we all work together, we all grow faster.
And that's the same principle, same mindset that we bring to the Five Diamond Media Group, right? Now that you've joined the media group, how is this going to help you in your skills or in your next step in your business, in your profile?
Well, I'm here, so I'm not here to get more. Well, if I earn more money, that's cool. I'm not gonna lie, but for me, I'm here every day just to say hi to you guys. To Isaac, it's one of my best friends. I really love you guys, and I share a lot of the way we think, and also you guys build me up. And if I can help you guys with something as well, that's great. But that's why I'm here, and you guys are also, I hate this word, entrepreneur.
That's a French word. Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. You guys are like that. You guys are your own. You have your own brand, your own business, and I need to learn more about how to have a brand, how to have my own business, and most important, the thing that I care, at least me personally, is to balance the business with my personal life, which is more important. My wife, my parents, my friends, they are more important than the weddings I shoot or the work I do. And in the past, it's been hard for me to balance that out. I'm also like working because I like my job. I really do. And I'm really privileged to be able to say that, but that's also a pro and a con because sometimes I get to work a lot and then I'm working while my wife is by herself just watching TikTok instead of having something together. So seeing you having like 10 kids, having like a granja.
Wait a minute.
Having
Hold on, Gabby. I don't know what he's talking about.
having like doing a lot of things, but you are like, I remember I shot a play, your kids play.
Oh, okay.
So you spend time
Volunteering at school.
on that. Yeah. If I had, first of all, I can't have a kids because I have kids because one, I don't want to, but other, like, it's too much work. And like you having your own business and having time for them, and also like doing more outside work, outside school, it's great, and I want to learn that. I like Isaac and how he managed his life with his wife, his friends, and all that. So I like that. So that's why I'm mostly here.
Thanks,
Because
man.
I like,
That's good.
that is. And then if I earn more money,
Well, that's the purpose. And so
Harmony.
with the Five Diamond Media Group, this is a new brand, a new pillar. You are taking the lead in managing that and building it for us. In that sense, the Five Diamond Media Group is intended to offer real estate agents, brokerages, as well as property managers tools that they can take advantage of your
Digital
experiences.
assets.
Digital assets, yes. What are some of the things that people can look for when it comes to that under the media group, in addition to those?
so it's basically all media related, photos, videos, not only for the properties, but also for them.
Yes.
And reels, social media stuff that we're gonna be helping with that. And I have problems in making content for social media, so I can imagine realtors must be like super tough. So we're offering all that. So we're offering different services. We do photography for real estate, videography like walkthroughs or with the agents, but also we have packages that we can add different stuff like the walkthroughs, drone shots, all that, and also social media packages. We make like monthly 5 reels, 10 reels, depending on their tier, and basically that just try to help realtors again with the same philosophy of community over competition. We all need to grow, so
Right.
let's help all each other.
Let's help each other out.
So yeah, so I do want to grow. I do want to like business, but also like help out realtors, creating more and make Vegas a better place.
I love it. So these media packages are available at 5dgmedia.com. They can pick them either based off of property or personal needs. So if agents need their own packaging for their own social media, you are available to help them develop that on a monthly subscription or any sort of packages that they want. And it's scalable, which makes it totally flexible based on everybody's budget.
Exactly. We develop custom packages, and there's a lot of value in having something like paying monthly, because you can pay one time and then creating and making reel for 1 month won't do anything for you.
Right.
You need to be consistent.
Right.
And if you pay monthly, it's like having Netflix for
Right.
1 month. You cannot see all of the movies, or you need to have a subscription. So now like you have that in mind, or having a subscription on the gym. I have a subscription to the gym because that makes like spending money on the gym, so I need to go.
It forces you to get out there and do it.
Exactly.
Yes.
So same thing with the packages. That's where we're trying to push those out more.
Okay.
Because it's gonna force the realtors to create more content.
5dgmedia.com is the website. All of the different package options are on there. You can also reach Lex directly at
LexGuerrero.com.
Okay.
That's mostly for weddings. I'm focusing a lot on video now, but also photography. We have a whole team as well. We know like different photographers and videographers. We're also helping each other on that. So yeah.
Awesome.
Or follow me at Lex Guerrero.
And any sort of digital media services, whether it's property, real estate, or weddings.
That's it.
We are your resource. Yeah, you're going to stop there, right?
Yeah. No more.
So we get rid of all the other thoughts there for Las Vegas. Well, that does it, man. Lex, thanks you so much for joining me today.
Yeah,
Appreciate it,
of course.
man. And love having you on board. Looking forward to the next chapter with 5DG Media. That does it for today's episode of the Move It podcast with me, Jared Uraine, here at the 5 Diamond Group at Vice Realty. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this episode, please share it, save it, put the notifications on so you see the next episode that comes on. And hey, hang tight, because in 15 minutes, the real estate and the economy now will be going live at 45 minutes after the hour. Thanks for joining in. My name is Jared, broker salesperson.